Arsenal 6, Sevilla 0. Arsenal win the Emirates Cup final 2022 either for you on its return. Arsenal have really taken it again in here for you onto the Rokani Media Football. How are you guys and where you watching us from? I go by the names of Rokani David. Smash the like button, comment and share. If you're only watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Now, I go by the names of Rokani David. What an exciting day for Arsenal fans all over the world because this result has gone in their favor and they've really gotten onto what we call the score sheet 5 or 6 times, meaning that they've gone on target 6 times. And Bukayo Saka scored a penalty in the 10th minute. Then Gabriel Jesus scored in the 13th minute. 15th minute he scored. Then Bukayo Saka really came in through to score another one after Arsenal's relentless place really put the goalkeeper of Sevilla on pressure, and then he really made a very bad pass and it found Bukayo Saka, and Bukayo Saka tapped that ball to the back of the net. Then Gabriel Jesus in the 77th minute, he scored his 3rd goal, meaning that he scored a hat-trick, and Edin Ketia has gone ahead to score in the 80th minute. And what a play from Gabriel Martinelli for you. A man that won't really get hailed by many, but I will believe that he was the sparking moment for Arsenal to really go ahead and really win this game as they've won it comfortably for you. So let's try to break down the game of football as Arsenal beat Sevilla in this game of play. Let's start with the positives. Positives is that Arsenal have played the high line. You get Gabriel Magalhaes and Saliba, a high line. You know what a high line means. They played at the center line, so the press was so much intense. And you know that when they're playing a high line, it's Gabriel Jesus playing at Gabriel Jesus leading the front foot press in there for you that this team of Arsenal has really gone ahead to put up. And secondly, they've played with the same lineup that played against Chelsea, meaning that now the manager knows his starting 11. That is another positive because it's always good for the manager to know his starting 11 amidst the absentia of Tomiyasu, Kieran Tierney, Emily Smith-Rowe and Fabio Vieira. Those 4 players, Arsenal are now getting in shape in there for you. Thirdly, relentless pressing. This team of Arsenal has pressed for like 80 minutes. I've seen them press for like 80 minutes in this game of play. So it shows you that is another positive, that Arsenal is really getting well used of. That pressing is really their game of play. The coming in of Gabriel Jesus being their fast pressing player in the for you, or fast pressing unit, is really doing great for a side which goes by the name of Arsenal in the for you. And they really pressed Sevilla, and Sevilla had nowhere to turn apart from really letting Arsenal score into the 6 goals in the for you. Bukayo Saka scoring a penalty. I really love the way he really took the penalty in the for you with ease. And secondly, the press paying off with his 2nd goal in the for you. It was, I think, the 4th goal with the press paid off. But man, Martinelli, he's a player that most people don't really give an eye to, but trust me, the more you give attention to detail to this guy, Martinelli Gabriel, you guys are really going to be knowing why he's really undroppable at Arsenal. And this really leaves Emily Smith-Rowe in a notion of questions whether he's really going to get enough playing time this season because the boy is on fire. In the game of Chelsea, played very well, and in the game of a team which goes by the names of Sevilla, I think has put up close to 2 or 3 assists in there for you. I remember that one of Gabriel Jesus in there for you. I think it was the 3rd goal, the 3rd and the 2nd for Gabriel Jesus, and the last one for Edin Ketia. He's not selfish at all. He had all the chance to take that ball into the back of the net, but he said, all right, let me really give it to my player or my teammate who is really well positioned. That is a man who goes by Gabriel Martinelli. So the midfield battle, Arsenal won it for the entire 90 minutes. Thomas Partey and Granit Xhaka really played very, very well, and I really thought, oh, guys, they are really great. And we saw them very much comfortable, but Thomas Partey, very much outstanding. A player who has really come out to really give us memories of what Hattrick Vieira was at the side which goes by names of Arsenal. He does play a single pivot, and he plays it very well. And this is where the worry gets me, and I really front it to you, people who support Arsenal, that how are you guys going to go into this game of football when you don't have a Thomas Partey? Thomas Partey has proved to be a very integral and pivotal player in that midfield. That's why Arsenal should get in either a Tielemans or another central defensive midfielder. And the problem is, it's very hard to get a player who is like Thomas Partey, because Thomas Partey gives you both. When you are defending, he's hard and acts as a shield to the back four. And when you are really going forward, Thomas Partey adds on a lot. That's it. His engine is immense. He has a big engine. So we all know that he cannot play that the entire season. But when he really gets an injury and is out, how is Arsenal going to really come in here and really do what he does? Because he's really good and out of the world. To me, I really believe that he's one of the best midfielders in the world that Arsenal is having. And Mikel Arteta knows it, that is the make or break point of his season. The rest of the players can come in and do play very well, but the midfield, because we all know that the games of football are won and lost in the midfield. Don't we know that? We've been knowing that for some long time. So I 100% believe that Thomas Partey is really going to be doing great in that midfield of Arsenal. Granit Xhaka and Thomas Partey really looked great into that midfield. Then Odegaard. Obviously, was announced the new captain of Arsenal, and it's official now, but we already knew that it was going to be, because after Charles Watts came out and told us that Mikel Arteta sees Odegaard as his eyes and ears. Every time the ball is out or the referee is pausing the game, Mikel Arteta calls Odegaard at the touchline and talks to him and gives him a brief on how they're supposed to be really approaching the game in a better way. So, as things stand, trust me, Odegaard, Thomas Partey, Granit Xhaka look to be the ideal midfield three of Arsenal in there for you, with Thomas Partey and Xhaka playing in a double pivot and Odegaard playing ahead of them as a central attack midfielder. Obviously, he's doing great. I've seen him really do some good interpasses between him and Gabriel Jesus, because I know their relationship has not yet grown to the level Arsenal fans expect it to be. But I know it's really going to be a threat, because they are really good. Those two players have the best movement on the field of play at Arsenal. So, Mikel Arteta registering another win, giving Arsenal something great in there for you, and we will expect lots of things to happen in through, and Arsenal have really shown us that they are really getting the combinations better. And those runs, when you look at the runs off the ball for Arsenal players, how they really behave when they don't have the ball and how they really behave when they don't have the ball, it's really very much eye-catching. When they lose the ball, they make sure they really put the press to a commence, such that they make it hard for their opponents to play. Amidst them not really being not so much efficient to that, but I really believe that with time, it's going to be part of them. So Arsenal really had a very good game, and they really played very well. Zinchenko, oh my God, he really looks like he has already been playing at Arsenal for so long in there for you. So the game of football really played in there for you. And secondly, the other positive, seeing Edin Nketiah and Gabriel Jesus onto the score sheet. It's so much good to see that your forwards are always on the score sheet, meaning that they are really going and all going on getting used. That is what we call consistency. Very many players in the world have been talked about of being top class, but what fails them from being world class is the consistency. Top class is really good. You can do something and we really do hell about you, talk good about you, but how long can you go doing the same thing that has been registering success for your team? That's what we call being a world-class player. Every player that is called world-class, what makes him a world-class player is consistency. Producing 8 out of 10 moments in every game for like 6 or 7 seasons. That's why you see the likes of Ronaldo, Messi, that's what makes them world class. Luka Modric, Karim Benzema, Lewandowski. There are very many world class players here for you. You get? But what has made them to be called world class is what we call the consistency. So the way Edin Nketiah and Gabriel Jesus are scoring goals, it really shows you that they really have to go on and do this. Consistency has been proven in the preseason, so the big question is, can they prove that they're consistent into the game of football we are going into on Friday as they kickstart off the Premier League against Crystal Palace. Big question either for you, for a side which goes by the names of Arsenal. And another positive, that their centre forwards were got onto the ball a lot by the midfield, meaning that Thomas Partey, Martin Odegaard and Granit Xhaka did their job. You get? Thomas Partey and Granit Xhaka got the ball off the back four, passed it to Odegaard, and Odegaard was really feeding those channels in which Martinelli, Gabriel Jesus and Bukayo Saka were running into a lot. So those lanes were really kept busy by the midfield. That's what you want to see for your centre forward and your forwards, that they should be got onto the ball a lot. Each and every time you see your forwards going back a lot to pick the ball, that means you've been suffocated and the team you are playing has really gotten all your tactics in there for you. So it looked like Arsenal knew what Sevilla was going to do. They read them like a book. Mikel Arteta did his research very well. That's why you say to it that they've really come out to register this number of goals. They really had everything they're going to do up their sleeve. So that is something that Arsenal really did. And secondly, you want to see your centre forwards busy. What shows you that they are really kept busy? Even Eddie Nketiah, who spent only 10 minutes onto the field of play, got himself like 3 times, found himself on the ball like 3 times in the 18 yards box area of Sevilla. That shows you how great the attack force of Arsenal is and how the midfield made it easy for these teams either for you. When you look at that goal, I think it was the 6th goal. You see, Granit Xhaka wins that ball. He plays it cross the center. It finds Gabriel Martinelli. Gabriel Martinelli passes into the 18 yards box area of a side which goes by the names of Sevilla, and that run was, there is a touch that he did that really was so much enticing. It really pulled the goalkeeper out of the goal line, and then instead of hitting it the back of the net, he found Eddie Nketiah, and Eddie Nketiah scored in an empty net. So that's how Arsenal really won this game of football. But the way they scored the goals is one of the things you should really put an eye to. I've been explaining you the last goal of Eddie Nketiah. The midfield wins. They release Martinelli. Martinelli passes, entices the goalkeeper. The goalkeeper comes out of his goal line, and he finds a player who goes by names of Eddie Nketiah, and Eddie Nketiah put the ball to the back of the net. When you look at the first one, obviously it was a penalty, but what a build-up play from the midfield of Arsenal in the for you that found Bukayo Saka, and you never know, Bukayo Saka was going to hit it, but the defender really had to push him out of the move, and the referee pointed into the spot, and it was a penalty and took it very well. Secondly, nice ball floated into Gabriel Jesus. Gabriel Jesus plays in Granit Xhaka. Granit Xhaka does a cutback. The goalkeeper really doesn't get hold of that ball, and it finds Gabriel Jesus, and Gabriel Jesus does what he does best, because he is the best player since 2017 who has scored many goals into the 18 yards box area of his opponents. That is a man who goes by the names of Gabriel Jesus. Even his second goal, you saw how he did. So much clinical, guys. This is a player that is going to be a turning point of the season of Arsenal. He's going to be the difference between the Arsenal that failed to qualify for the Champions League and the Arsenal that is going to compete and really put up competition into the Premier League. Gabriel Martinelli, I think that ball was floated to him by Ben White. Then he really got that ball and he really hit it precisely. Obviously hit it with precision, and what an exquisite finish by Gabriel Jesus. Did you see that slide? That third goal of Arsenal, to me, I think it's the best goal to be. The way he really slid into that ball and he hit it to the back of the net, because even the goalkeeper and the defenders never knew that Gabriel Jesus was going to give it an instant hit. They thought that he was going to first control that ball because it looked like some distance away from his foot. And it was very much in a position that you couldn't expect what he was going to do. And he slid into it with a half volley and it went to the back of the net. That's what they call a number 9. A number 9 does something that you expect him to do, because number 9s are born number 9s. You are not ready to be number 9. A finish like that can't come in your mind. It's like your decision as a number 9 is made immediately when the ball is being played to you. You get? So a number 9 is unpredictable. I've seen Gabriel Jesus today scoring a hat-trick, a first hat-trick for Arsenal. He would have scored his first hat-trick for Arsenal in Nuremberg in Germany, but that was not counted. It was not counted. The third goal that would have really made his hat-trick full was not really counted. You get? But you'd like to have a player like Gabriel Jesus, because I tell you, Arsenal having a centre forward who can start in every team in the Premier League. Even at Man City, he was starting, but the problem was he was not happy because he was being played out of position. And what annoyed him was that Man City brought in Erling Haaland, meaning that they never saw him as a number 9. But Haaland obviously is coming in here to play as a number 9 side, which goes by the names of Man City. Man City. So they got him on the ball a lot, and he scored 3 goals. So much clinical. Talk about it. Every chance he got today, he buried it to the in the back of the net. You get? So to me, obviously, the only obvious chance he had was that of the first goal, because the first goal he scored that was second for Arsenal in this game. That ball got off the goalkeeper and really squeezed it on the near post into the back of the net. But the second one, no one thought that he was going to do that. Even the third one in the corner, he came out from nowhere, used his left foot to get that ball off the defender of Sevilla, who was really going to really hit it and really clear it out of the box, and then he tapped it into the back of the net. It shows you how good this guy is. He's fast, and everything he does is something that we should come in here and talk about always, because Gabriel Jesus is from another planet in there for you. But he really played very well, and that shows you how the midfield got him on the ball a lot. And secondly, I like the way he played. When you're center forward, you don't need to be always in the 18 box area of the opponent, because you make the work of your opponents, especially the defenders, easy, because they can see and they can watch you. But when you look at Gabriel Jesus, his mobility is really out of this world. You get? Drifts off the left, drifts off the right, back to the central axis. This lad who goes by the name of Gabriel Jesus is something else in there for you. I'll talk a lot about him during what we call the player ratings of Arsenal when they beat a side, which goes on Sevilla by 6-0 in there for you. So the other player, the score sheet, obviously Bukayo Saka. I really believe that the selfishness is so much. This is something that Mikel Arteta should tell him, that please, you shouldn't shoot every time you reach the tennis box area. He makes some good runs, but the final output or the final product is really lacking sometimes. And we believe that he should really change. And I know there was a lot of pressure because he thought like he would score a hat-trick, because he had scored 2 goals and was looking for a hat-trick. So good to see to it that Arsenal forwards are really scoring, and Mikel Arteta got the tactics right. You get? So let's get into this. Let's get to the stats of the game before we go into the negatives. Arsenal had 21 shots. Sevilla had 5. 12 shots on target. Sevilla had 1. It shows you that Arsenal were really pressing and playing on the front foot in the for you. That's why Sevilla just had 1 shot on target. 48% possession by Arsenal, 52% possession by Sevilla. This is something we're going to talk about in the for you. 380 passes completed by Arsenal, 410 passes completed by Sevilla. That's another talking point about the negatives. Then 88% passing accuracy by Arsenal, 86% passing accuracy by Sevilla. 7 fouls by Arsenal, 10 fouls by Sevilla. 0 yellow cards for Arsenal, 1 for Sevilla. Then 0 red cards for both sides. 2 offsides for Arsenal, 1 offside for Sevilla. 8 corners for Arsenal and 5 for Sevilla in the free. Now, after giving you these stats, let me take you to what we call the. Let me take you to what I call the negatives into this game of football. Look at this. 48% possession and 52% possession for Sevilla. Obviously, you can't tell me that you've beaten a team 6-0 and the team has outpossessed you. A manager like Mikel Arteta, in how he plays his game, he wants the following things to be in front, or to be having it in ought to be having a lion's share of the possession. You get shots on target, passing accuracy, you get, and the passes. But when you look at the shots on target, Arsenal had more, 12, the other one had 1. Possession, 48, Sevilla had 52. He won't be happy about that. He wants to be having like 70% of the possession dominated, you get? So he really believes that they should go ahead and do better. Passes completed, Arsenal completed 380. Sevilla put in 30 more passes than Arsenal, that making it 410 passes completed by Arsenal in there for you. That shows you that the manager is not going to be happy at all. You get? And on which other aspect is he really relating his game to? So, I really believe that the passing accuracy and the passes and the possession and the shots on target, Arsenal had only 1 in the lead. So they had 2 in the lead. Passing accuracy and shots on target. Possession and passes, Sevilla won it. So that is something that Mikel Arteta would come in here and really say and feel okay about it. He will say, you guys should go ahead and really get us something better than this in there for you. So Arsenal have beaten Sevilla by 6-0. And this is their last preseason game. They've won it highly, and the Emirates was buzzing. Good to see Gabriel Jesus score a hat-trick in his first game as played at Emirates. He said the new state of art of the stadium, every time he plays in it, he feels okay. And now he said he's here to play for very many games in there for you, and he loves the stadium. That is Gabriel Jesus, a man from Man City, and now he's playing for side which goes by names of Arsenal. What a welcome for Gabriel Jesus. I know the stadium was buzzing about Gabriel Jesus, and obviously he deserves it. He deserves it because he's a hard-working player. Talk of hard-working players I've known, Gabriel Jesus is really one of those that always works hard and really gives in all his energy for the club. And what a way to start his career at Emirates. And let's wait and see how he's going to go ahead and really play against a side which goes by the names of Crystal Palace. That is this Friday, because today is Saturday, Sunday, then this Friday next week. That's when Arsenal are really going to open up in the Premier League. It's the Premier League opener. Remember, last season they opened up on Friday and they were beaten by Brentford by 2-0. Obviously, they are playing another team from London, because even Brentford comes in from London. Now they're playing another team from London known as Crystal Palace, being coached by their ex-captain who goes by names of Patrick Vieira in there for you. Another positive is that Arsenal had very many players out who are starters. Kieran Tierney, Tomiyasu, and Emily Smith-Rowe, you get, and Fabio Vieira, you get, but they've not felt like their team was lacking. So that's how you want your team to be and look like. That every time my team is really having injuries, I don't want them to be felt in the field of play. So this is what Arsenal really played, and they really had a very good game. And the person to give a mention is Ben White. Ben White, I really like his game in there for you, and I really believe that very many games he might find himself playing as a right back, especially for Arsenal, because Tomiyasu is good defensively, but going forward, he's lacking sometimes. But Ben White has shown us that going forward is really something easy for him, and he has a very good touch on him. The passing is okay, and I think Mikel Arteta really likes the way he really runs onto the wide area and not occupying without half spaces in there for you. So guys, thank you for watching in. Feel free to go in the comment section and tell me your reactions to Arsenal versus Sevilla. Arsenal putting 6 goals past the net of Sevilla. 4 in the first half and 2 in the second half, with Bukayo Saka opening it up in the 10th minute with a penalty. Then Gabriel Jesus scored in the 13th and 15th minute respectively. Then Bukayo Saka scored in the 19th minute of the game, meaning that in only 19 minutes, Arsenal had already buried this game. It was done and dusted. 4 goals in 19 minutes. Then Gabriel Jesus in the 77th minute scoring a goal from a corner brought in, I think it was, is it Martinelli in there for you. Then Edin Ketia really summed up the win by scoring the 6th goal of the day in there for you. But remember, Arsenal has had Edin Ketia play in all of their games. He first scored a hat-trick against Ipswich Town. He scored against Everton, making it 4 goals, and he scored against Chelsea. Did he score against Chelsea, Edin Ketia? Edin Ketia did score against Chelsea. He didn't score against Chelsea. He did score against Chelsea. Those were 4. And then today he has scored his 6th goal because in the midweek he scored against Brentford. So Arsenal has played 6 games, isn't it? I think there are 6. And now he has scored 6 goals. What an output for the new number 14 of Arsenal. And I really believe that he's not doing this justice to this shirt. Obviously, he's doing justice to the shirt of Thierry Henry. And he told the brother, please get me shirt number 14. I'm going to get to the level that's supposed to be. Gabriel Jesus played his first game against Nuremberg, scored a brace. He played against Everton. He scored and put up an assist. Those were 3 goals. He scored against Chelsea and scored a hat-trick in there today. So he has scored 7 goals in how many games? In 5. 7 in 5. What an output in the, because in America he scored 2 goals in 3 games. Plus the 2 he scored in Germany. Those are how many? Those are 4. Plus the 3 he scored today. Those are 7 in how many games? In 5 games he has scored 7. Obviously, the new number 9 has arrived. And what really shows you that a striker has arrived, obviously, is how he really goes in and really score in there for you guys. Thank you for watching. Tell me what you think about this result of Arsenal beating Sevilla by 6 goals to 0 into this game of football, as Arsenal really showed their nerves that we are ready for the season. What a message to be sent to Patrick Vieira and Crystal Palace that the team is ready. But everything can go wrong because the Premier League is different. Don't be excited or carried away by what you are seeing into the preseason. The only way you are supposed to be carried away is seeing your team mirroring what they did into the preseason into the Premier League. So that game of Crystal Palace Friday night, we are going to be here trying to see, is Arsenal really ready? Is Arsenal really transferring what? Is Arsenal transferring the performances they had in the preseason to what we call the Premier League? We are going to be here seeing all that onto Rokani Media Football. Guys, smash the like button, comment and share. I'm out for now. We believe that this video deserves close to 1,000 likes because Arsenal fans love this channel. Show me the love. I'm out.